2020 McLaren 720S.
Spider! That's why we got the top down.
It's so nice in here.
It is amazing in here.
How can you get a McLaren with a roof?
That's what I keep thinking to myself every time I drive one of these.
Okay, horsepower and torque.
710 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque from a 4-liter V8 twin turbo.
And it's not 720 horsepower in North America, because 720 is how they calculate it differently in Europe.
Yeah, it's just a different calculation.
Send it.
Oh my God, this is so fast.
This is like GT2 RS Huracan fast.
Yes, it is.
No question, probably faster.
I think this is faster than both.
Okay, then I guess let's get into it. Let's start with the looks. It's orange.
It is orange, and let's call it McLaren orange, even though it's not actually called McLaren orange.
This is the best color ever. Thank you, Pfaff McLaren in Toronto, for getting us the orange press unit.
Yeah, this is the best color you could have gotten in the best spec you could have gotten.
Look at these seatbelts.
Come on.
Oh.
Carbon fiber exposed everywhere because this is loaded with packages.
So we've driven the 570 and the 650. The 720 looks a lot different. So they changed the way the headlights looked at the front. That's what I noticed the most.
This one has eye sockets, I believe they're called.
Okay, and it looks pretty cool. And then if we move over to the back end, it's different as well, but kind of more similar.
Yeah, it's more similar to the newer 570S, which is part of their new generation.
What do you think looks better, the 570 or this?
This, for sure.
Okay, what do you think looks better, this or a P1?
P1.
Okay, so P1 is that style, this is the new style.
I know.
I also agree. I've seen a lot of these in person, they look great. I've seen a Senna in real life, and that looked amazing. I like both, and I'm happy they both exist, and I don't know if I have a favorite.
I know, this is very unique compared to the 650S and that old style. They're both very good.
Let's talk about the spoiler.
Yeah, okay, so if I press this arrow button, it pops up. But if I also hit the brakes hard, it also pops up.
And blocks your rearview mirror.
Exactly, which is amazing.
Who cares? But there is a nice spoiler that pops up. It's just not fixed in a gigantic position like the Senna.
Yeah, and it works like an air brake when it stops you.
And then how about the sides? The doors go up.
Okay, the doors go up, and we'll get into the Supercar checklist in a bit, but my favorite part of sitting here is seeing the extra sill on the door on the outside.
And
it's like a secondary skeleton thing.
And there's like an air intake that goes through there.
Yeah, those channel air all the way to the back because the engine's in the back because it's a mid-engine car, rear-wheel drive.
Let's finish off with the front end. The more I think about it, I think I like the P1 style a little more than this front end.
Because they incorporated the McLaren logo into the headlights and stuff.
Yeah, and then even the front of this compared to the front of a Senna, I guess a Senna is just a beefed up 720 kind of.
Kind of, sort of.
That one I didn't like the looks of until I saw it on a track.
Oh,
then
really?
When I saw it on Grand Tour, then I started to really like it. And the last thing I really like about the looks is how much how many parts you can see from behind through all the grills and stuff.
Yeah, when you look at it from behind, it looks so crazy. Everything's exposed. I love it.
And how about our exhaust?
Yeah, that exhaust is really loud, as you can hear, and I'm gonna send it a little bit. But before I send it, I'm actually gonna put this little window down just so we can hear it a little bit better. Oh, the sound that this thing makes. You downshift, and sometimes I've been getting this like, wha-bam, just whiplash crackle, and it's so rare, and it's the best. It sounds like a gunshot.
One pop.
Yeah, like one pop every like 15 minutes.
Honestly, I think McLarens sound the best. They sound the least fake of any supercar, I think.
The engine's right there. You hear turbo noises, you hear V8 noises, you hear everything. It's incredible. And the exhaust also looks really cool. We've got two tips right in the middle, kind of like the Performante.
Now, how does this thing look with the top up?
Looks really good. Looks pretty much exactly like a 720S.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Like you're not sacrificing anything.
Exactly. You don't lose out on anything, and all you gain is this. It's the best.
And let's talk about the roof real quickly.
Okay.
When it goes up, you've got a button which can make it darker or see-through, just like the SL we had.
Yeah, I think it's called electrochromic.
It's nice.
Chromatic, something like that. It's amazing. The only other car I've seen with that is the SL63. You ready?
Yeah.
This is a McLaren. Let's send it. Here we go. Man, 0 to 100 kilometers in 2.9 seconds for the Spider.
I think that's better than a Tesla.
Yeah, it's around the same as a Tesla.
I meant it feels better.
But this feels better. I fully agree.
Yeah.
It's that theater that I said that I missed. It's all there. The drama's there. The turbo lag is there, and I didn't even use launch control.
My face felt like this, actually.
Yeah, it's so good. This car is so damn fast.
But lag does exist.
Oh, it fully does, and that's what I love about it. It still has that character, but way less lag than the 570S and the 650S.
Yeah, but it's still fast even before the lag. And then once it hits extra hard, and it feels like fantastic.
It's like that roller coaster, like that, whoa, boom,
Yeah.
boom. And then downshift, whiplash, crackle. I love this so much. let's talk about handling because I'm gonna get carried away with power. This thing handles like nothing else. Well, kind of like a GT2 RS and a Huracan Performante.
Yeah. We really need to do a track day to figure it all out.
Yeah, we've done a track day in the GT2 RS, so I fully know what that car is capable of. This, I'm not so sure yet. What I am sure though is that this has variable drift control in the main menu. And that is what I need to try on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's always visible.
Yeah, exactly. It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, you want some satellite radio? Are you sure you don't want some variable drift control too?
Yeah, I would like some variable drift with my satellite radio, please.
One day.
So you go into variable drift control with the traction control off, and then all you do is adjust how much of a drift angle you want, and the car will hold that. I'm sure it's amazing. I can't say it's amazing because I haven't used it.
That's my favorite graphic illustration.
Exactly, how much drift.
Yeah.
But overall, power and handling wise, we have 3 different modes as we've had in every other McLaren. So they're both adjustable with each independent dial for handling and power. And I've had them both in track mode on the road, and it's completely fine. The suspension is so compliant.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Yeah, like it's super comfortable. I don't think I'm missing out on anything by going into comfort.
And the modes are comfort, sport, and track. It used to be normal, sport, and track, but then our McLaren guy told us there's nothing normal about a McLaren, so we got to change that.
It's comfortable.
Which is very accurate.
Exactly.
And then you have to click active for it to enable. If you don't, then you're just in automatic mode.
Yeah, so automatic shifting and everything. And let's talk about shifting. We have a 7-speed transmission, shifts lightning fast. It's insane, like click and go, and then gone. And then downshift. Oh, sounds so good.
And then just like every other McLaren we've driven, it's got paddles that go opposite.
And it's all carbon fiber.
So you can upshift with your left hand by pushing away.
Yeah, so it's good for holding a slushie and stuff on this beautiful day.
Speaking of slushies, we should check if a small cup fits in the cup holders and do the Supercar checklist. Small cup of coffee.
Looks like it passes.
Fits in 2 different cup holders we have.
That is a Supercar fail.
Do the doors go up?
Yes, they do.
Supercar pass.
Do you look cool getting in or out?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you do. It's a McLaren.
They drop down the frame, so it's a lot easier to get in.
Yeah, and it's a Spider, so there's no hassles. Is it fast?
Yes.
Yep. Supercar pass. Is it loud? Really loud.
It's really loud.
The loudest.
But it's not too bad.
No, it's not obnoxious in any way.
It's loud, but it's all right inside, especially when the roof is up. Visor test.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
That's
It does not pass, so it's a Supercar pass.
Exactly. Box test? Let's see if it'll fit 1 box. Yep, just 1 box. Fail. But wait, there's more storage for 1 lid. Just like Erie's future Plymouth Prowler.
Supercar fail. It actually had so much room up there.
Does it get a lot of attention? Yeah.
Especially in orange.
Exactly. Everyone's taking pictures of this thing.
What kind of car you got there? Be a lot cooler if it was a Dodge.
We did get that today.
100% got that comment.
Yeah, in a large lifted Dodge truck.
Is the steering wheel gimmicky?
Yes, because you can switch the paddles from both ways, and it's all carbon fiber.
So carbon fiber, and there's no buttons for any of your controls, just from the stocks.
So, is this a supercar?
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's like so super. Okay, now it's my turn to drive and talk about the infotainment, the interior, and some other fun little things.
Should we transition you with a top-down subscription break?
We know a lot of you guys watch without subscribing. Just hit the subscribe button.
Do us a favor.
Hit the bell.
That's it.
I think I like the acceleration in McLaren's the most.
Yeah, it's that lag.
The Lambo is good, the GT2RS is good. This is just a little bit better than all of them.
Dude, I'm on the same page. I think this is my favorite out of those ones, and I'll spoil it right there.
Okay, let's start with the gauges then.
Go for it.
We've got the flip-up gauge.
Yeah, super cool, super gimmicky.
So the way it works is when the car is off, it tucks in so it looks more sleek. When you turn the car on, it pops up. So in comfort, sport, you're going to have this big screen showing a lot of information. In comfort, it prioritizes your speed in the middle, and then in sport, it'll prioritize your gear to be displayed. Then when you go to track, it's gonna flip down, so all you see is your speed and your tack and your shift lights. But then you can also click this button here on the left to flip the screen back up so you get more information like tire pressure and all that stuff.
That gauge cluster is incredible.
I love the shift lights.
The shift lights are so cool.
It makes it so easy to know when to shift. I mean, I'm short shifting a lot, but that's because I'm a little bit of a wuss today. Not because of the shift lights.
Yeah, we don't want to write this car off.
And you can also control a little bit of information in your left side with these turn stalks.
And they're a little bit different from the 570S and the 650S.
Yeah, I think this is a lot easier to control than those ones. And obviously, it's more modern and everything.
Yeah, and the nose lift system works a little differently as well.
It's on the right. You just click the button and it does it.
so much better.
No menus, but then sometimes if you move too much, you accidentally limited your speed to 30 kilometers an hour.
I sure did, and it took me about a minute to figure out what was going on, so people behind me were pretty upset on why this McLaren was going 30.
So overall, gauges are great, and when you're reversing, it shows a big reverse camera up there too as well.
And what else do we have?
A 360 camera.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like class exclusive, and if it's not, I'm sorry, but I've never seen it in anything outside of this.
It's so easy to park with that now, like finally. So if we click our middle button, we'll go to our home screen, and there we have rewinding satellite radio.
And what else do we have with that, Yuri?
Tune mix.
Wow.
I mean, sure, it's not the easiest to use, but once you figure it all out, it's not the worst.
The fact that it has it is already pretty crazy.
Let's talk about the sound system.
It's really good. This has the Bowers & Wilkins system, and it's amazing.
Then we've also got a nice navigation. We've got track telemetry in here, which syncs up to our track camera in the back.
Yeah, that's a camera, by the way.
Which makes it perfect for track days because you can get all the stats and stuff from it.
Yeah, share it with your buddies, too.
But I'm not sure how much people who have this car really care about that stuff.
I don't know, man. It's got drift mode and everything.
I know, but like for us, it's like, yeah, we film it, we upload it to YouTube, we get comments. You think rich people care?
I don't know.
Like, I think they just want to go fast and they just continue on with their day being rich.
Maybe, but I feel like they would have asked some people before they started to add that stuff. Or maybe that's bragging rights.
I think it's bragging rights. I think it's for the journalists to enjoy.
Yeah. And it also has navigation, and it works slightly better than it did before. A little bit faster, you could pinch to zoom, but overall, still does not have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay.
Okay, the Lambo had Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the GT2 RS had only Apple CarPlay.
That's right.
All right, so there's our ranking system for, well, that stuff.
But I'm gonna give this a Supercar pass because it doesn't have that. So it's actually better that it doesn't have it because it makes the car worse.
Okay, yeah, I get that. And the air conditioning blows mighty cold in here.
Yeah, so that's a point down from previous McLarens, which kind of just coughed on you.
I love cold air conditioning.
I know, it's really nice to have.
So let's talk about the rest of the interior then.
It's carbon fiber everywhere. And when there isn't carbon fiber, there's Alcantara.
And then we also have some leather too.
Yeah, and then our vents are controlled by actually just clicking them in. So you open or close by clicking them.
A lot more vents than the first one we drove. Remember,
Yeah.
like 3 vents?
We had to like share a vent.
And how about these seats?
Seats are so comfortable,
They're very comfortable.
but they're not crazy bolstered.
No, they're just firm, however, shaped properly.
And they are fully adjustable, and they even have lumbar.
Okay, the adjustment's weird. It's like on the inside up front. You can't really see what you're doing.
And it's really difficult to do, so that gets a full Supercar pass.
And then our gear selectors down here in the middle. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, drive, neutral, reverse. No parking, so to park it, you put it in drive and just shut the car off.
Or if you're in neutral, you just lift up the e-brake with the button here on the left.
And then we also have our launch control button down there, which we're not allowed to use today.
And that's pretty much it for the interior.
Wait, there's more. Look at this exposed carbon fiber. That is an additional option. So you actually have to pay so that you get better grade carbon fiber displayed.
I would kind of like worse grade carbon fiber displayed so it looked more hardcore.
Yeah, no.
And I guess that's pretty much it for the interior.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, there's a couple things we forgot to talk about.
Yeah, the brakes. Oh my, yeah, that's insane.
All I see is the wing go up.
Yeah, so the brakes are really good. And by the way, I really like the way the wheels look. I forgot to say that before. I think they would look a little better in black. It would just match a little bit better.
I think this looks absolutely perfect, and I love the brake calipers, how they're color matched.
Yeah, the calipers are huge. They look really good. And the Continental recommended tire would be the Extreme Contact Sport.
There's a couple more things I want to mention about driving it. Your line of sight, what you can see, there's so much visibility.
Yeah, you're not as low to the dash as like a 911, but you still have extremely clear visibility and you're low to the ground.
Yeah, it just looks like there's nothing in front of you. And just like the other McLarens we drove, there's not much room for your left foot, so you kind of got to tuck it over to the left.
Definitely supercar things. And the steering wheel, the steering in McLaren's is second to none. I think I prefer it to the Huracan for sure, and the GT2 RS is same level.
Like the feel of the wheel?
Yeah.
This is my favorite wheel. I get into all kinds of other cars and try to shift up with my left hand and never can do it.
I mean the steering.
Like steering, like if we were on track?
Like turning.
I'd have to do like a track comparison to like accurately say which one I want. I'm never at the limit of any of these.
Yeah, I just like the feel of this.
I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna floor it into the price.
Okay.
What does a pull like that cost you?
This costs you $472,413 with all the options that this one has, which is quite a bit.
Canadian.
Yeah, so this does have a lot of options tacked onto it, and I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's a Spider. So there you go. GT2 RS was not a Spider. Huracan Performante was.
This or the Performante?
I would take this. The doors go up.
That's the thing with me too. I keep thinking about every car I've driven when I want a faster car, and I seem to always have had the most fun in a McLaren.
Yeah, McLarens for me, I never really loved or liked, like they were always great. I appreciated them, but I didn't want one. Now after driving one, I want one.
There's something special about it.
There is, and you might not get it until you actually get the chance to drive one, which is kind of disappointing.
And I like how all the doors go up.
Exactly.
Like they don't stop by any rules like, oh, if it's a V10, we can't go up. Because if a Lambo's doors went up on a V10, that would make it a lot cooler.
Yeah, and it's got a V10, so it still sounds really good. I think it might even sound better than this, but the doors don't go up.
The thing is, I like the sound of this more than Lambo's, because Lambo's, I feel like the sound is a part of theater, and this is just like, this is the way it comes out. There's nothing we can do about it.
I like both, but I think I prefer the Lambo.
Is there anything you prefer from the GT2 RS over this?
I think the precision of the GT2 RS, I just have more confidence in that car.
Yeah, I had a ton of confidence with that on the track. I'd be surprised if I had more confidence with this.
I don't think I would either. I think it would take a lot of work and a lot of skill to push this car to the limit, whereas with the 911, I'd feel a little bit safer to get it to the limit.
To our limit.
Yeah, exactly. But we're learning, we got professional instruction now, so we'll see what we can do.
We're trying to be the fastest drivers we can.
Yeah, we always want to get better at everything, including making videos, but also becoming better drivers.
And hopefully drifting McLaren soon.
Variable drift, we won't even need that, we're just gonna need our foot.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Check out patreon.com/TheStraightPipes, join our YouTube membership, buy yourself a box, and watch us send it. Send it into the next video.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. This is a subscription break. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe right now, subscribe. We didn't do that.